Today we'll once again take a look on the component of Airbus A320 and exactly on its brakes, which you can see over here. So let's take a look at it. Airbus A320 has 4 brakes, which means that 1 brake for each wheel on main landing gear. This brakes has 2 independent hydraulic systems, which means that we have yellow here on the back, which is alternate, and we have a green system for which connections you can see here in the front. So this hose leads to green pistons. Why I'm saying that it leads to green pistons? Because again, Airbus philosophy is that these systems are completely independent. And what does it mean? On each brake we have 14 pistons, and depends which system is active, that set of the pistons will be used. Which means that now at the moment we have parking brake set, and that's yellow system. So we need to go on the other side. And how can we find out that parking brake is set or yellow system is in use? Well, it's quite simple. When we look on the brakes, here, as I said, this hose leads to a yellow system, or it's supplied thanks to yellow system. So next to the hose we have a piston, and as you can see, that piston is engaged. The one below is not. That one belongs to green system. So if you go around the whole circumference, you can see that we already saw this one is engaged, this one is engaged, that one is engaged, and we can continue in this pattern all around. And whenever we're gonna use green system, those pistons will be engaged or will be extended. Now, as you can see, they're retracted, and yeah, that means that that system is not in use. And if we compare this with, for example, Boeing 737, which is the biggest competitor of Airbus A320, there we can find only one set of the pistons, but that set of the pistons can be controlled by 2 hydraulic systems, which means that you can even transfer the hydraulic fluid from one system to another through the brakes. Now, how we know that we need to replace the brake? Well, it is quite easy to find out. Each brake has a device which is called wear indicator, and we can find it over here. This is one on the back, and we have another one here in the front, this one. And you can clearly see that this brake is almost brand new. We can compare it to brake number 2, and this one is heavily used, or it is used, but it has still a long way to go. How we know that? Here is, let's say, housing of the pistons, and the wear indicator is going in towards the wheel. Once it is flushed inside of this hole, then we need to replace the brake. Only then basically we are replacing the brake. Once we remove the brake, it needs to go to shop, and it still don't need to be the end for the heat stack, the section which is braking, but more about that once we remove the wheel, because it will be easier to explain. So let's start. And of course, safety first. So I already installed landing gear sleeves on main landing gears. We have also pin on nose landing gear, which means that we can start with a removal of the wheel, but that will gonna happen in hangar. So let's go. I moved to 321, which is way bigger airplane than 320, which means that it needs, of course, bigger brakes. But if you look at them, you will see same 2 systems, so yellow on the back, green in the front, 14 pistons, 7 for each system, and the bleeding ports are on different spot. Here, they're up here on the top. But other than that, they are basically the same, they're just bigger and of course heavier. This one is, I think, 140 kilograms, maybe a little bit lower, but yeah, this is the same, just way bigger. And as extra, I have for you one special case, which you can find on our 787, because when you look on the brakes of this airplane, you don't really see a hydraulic connection. Basically, all what you can find is this bulky electric cable. And reason for that is that this brake is controlled and operated thanks to electric power. So how it works, you have 4 pistons controlled and operated by electric motor, and that electric motor provide pressure for the brakes. So it is quite interesting concept, but more about it maybe some other time. Now back to the Airbus. And for replacement of the brake, we need to first remove the wheel, which means that we remove brake fan, we remove the nut which holds the wheel, then we need to install protector which protects the tread of the axle, and in the end we can move the wheel out of the axle. Once that's done, we can start with the brake itself, and we will start with a connector and 2 hydraulic lines. So, yeah, the protection, that's a temperature sensor. Yes. Now, since the pressure is released, this is quick disconnect. So, you need to turn it. The base, you need to turn. Yeah. And lift. Push down. Yes. Good. So put it sideways, the other side as well. Push it down, lift the collar. Yes, exactly. And as you can see, I'm again not working alone. With me is Bianca and Lazar and few other colleagues who you will see during the process. As the next, we prepare the platform, thanks to which we will remove the brake from the axle. Then we replace tread protector with the axle protector. This is necessary to install to not damage the axle with brake during removal and installation, of course. Install it on. Yes. Yes. Lose it a bit, and then we use the ratchet to lose the rest. So for the top one, since it's a bit hard place, always use a rag underneath, yeah, to don't scratch the leg. And at the moment we are removing 3 bolts which actually hold the brake on the place. 1 is on the top and 2 are on the bottom.
Did they finish the training in the end?
Yeah. And before we remove the last nut, we need to place platform under the brake, so whenever nut is removed, the weight of the brake will remain only on the platform. Lose the top one or remove the bottom ones?
Nice.
That's the unspoken rule of mechanics.
Yes, we can pull it. Yes. And once we remove the old one, we'll place the newer one on the platform. And by the way, weight of this brake is around 70 to 80 kilo, so it's not that heavy. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we are on. So there are the nuts. Let's put it on. And the nuts which holds actually the brake on the place are self-locking, and they comes always with the brake. They're either new or tested for the correct torque value. If they fail, of course, they replace them in the shop and we get a new one. And of course, in the end, they need to be torqued to correct value. Great. Perfect. All three in. So inspect that end, inspect that end. Glove, clean the one end, the other end, just to be sure that there is nothing inside. So you're not gonna have leak. So wipe it a bit as well. Yeah. Okay, now you need to push all the way in. So you need to go straight. Push the collar down and turn. That's it. That's why it's quick disconnect. The other side. Do the same thing. So clean it properly.
Can it then look quick?
Yes, of course.
Yes. No worry.
So once you're sure that nothing is on the either end, put it on and do the same thing. So push all the way in, slide the valve, turn. Once the pin engaged, everything is done. Good. Now temperature sensor. Yes, it's on. Just screw it on. Click. Perfect. Put the skirt on. Love it. Remove the cups so we can install the pipes on. And that means that we are preparing for the bleeding of the brake. My colleague is removing the protector because we don't need it anymore. We installed the hoses on the both bleed valves and we can start with procedure. So the brake is replaced. Now we're gonna do the bleeding procedure of both systems. Since Airbus A320 has a 2 independent system on the brake. So first we'll do a primary, which is green, from this side, and we're gonna bleed it from over here in the bucket. Yes, I see. So I'm opening the rudder valve. And what's going on at the moment? Well, basically it is almost the same procedure like in your car. My colleague is in the cockpit pressing the brakes and I'm on the brakes opening the rudder valve, which will release the hydraulic and let it flow in the bucket. On the end of the hose I have transparent tube, thanks to which I can see if there are any bubbles in the hydraulic fluid. Yep, looks good. And since there is no remaining air, my colleague torqued the valve and we can move to the other side. Only when the valve is torqued, my colleague can release the pressure from the brake pedals. So please press the yellow. Okay. What you hear was actually application of the pressure into the brakes. And one quite important information, I need to be careful with the flow rate because hydraulic systems has a fuses. If I will overcome a limit which is 6 liters per minute, the fuse will strike and the flow will stop. Basically this is prevention to lose hydraulic fluid during a leak. And since there is no remaining air in the hydraulic system or in the brake, we can torque the valve and we can proceed with the leak check. Torque? Yeah, you can. Lazar, release the pressure. Perfect. Now, since we have it is torque, right? Cool. We'll do some pumping for the leak check. Alternate brakes. Now we are testing yellow system and you can see that only every second piston is in use. And during this test we are checking if there is no leak from around the piston or somewhere in the housing or even on the connection to the quick disconnect. Everything needs to be checked. Looks good? Normal. And now we need to do the same thing for the green system, which means that my colleague activates PTU, which transfers the power from the yellow system to green, and that way we can operate the other set of the pistons. And again, check if there is no leak. Looks good. Got it. Perfect. So hose is out. Give me the wrench. Thank you. Cool. Cup. Here you can see the construction of the brake. You have 4 rotors, 5 stators, and basically they're pushed thanks to the pistons over here next to the leg together. So rotors are connected to the wheel and stators are installed basically on the base. They are fixed. Rotors are rotating with the wheel, and thanks to rotors, or those rotors, the force is transferred to wheel, and that's slowing down the airplane. So what you can see here is not really new heat stack. This is a used brake which was removed once because based on the normal standard limits it was necessary to replace it. But thanks to this lifetime extensioner, which is 25 millimeters, this brake or this heat stack get extra. It is around 300 flight cycle ish. It can be less, it can be more, but only thanks to this lifetime extensioner you can get out of this heat stack another 300 cycles basically. So yeah, this is how you get more from one brake. Here's our old brake. It has 12 points on which it holds on the axle, and 3 out of them are with the nut. So those 3 nuts are holding it on position. So this basically transfer the torque of the brake on the airplane. And here you can see the brake, which we already removed. This one has also already a lifetime extensioner. So on this brake there might be already like 1000 to 1200 cycles. I didn't check exactly, but this heat stack has a lot of behind. So, and this basically cannot be used. This will gonna be scrapped, this heat stack. The job on the brake is done. Basically we bleeded torque on the place. Leak check was performed. Sleeve, we inspect also the sleeve. There are no scratches, so everything is ready for installation of the wheel. I already made separate video about removal and installation of the wheel. It will be in the description of the video, and you can find it also in the top right corner. So take a look after this one. Okay, brake is replaced, which means that we can remove the landing gear sleeves. Here we spin from the nose gear. I'll remove the one from the left side, and that's more or less it. That was all about a brake. If you have any questions, please write them down in the comments below. As always, I would like to ask you to don't use this as a replacement for a maintenance manual, but always use the latest documentation released by manufacturer. A big thanks to Austrian Airlines that they let me record all these videos for you. Big thanks for each and everybody who is watching, and especially to members. That's all from my side. My name is Tomáš, this was Aircraft Maintenance with Zeto, and I'll see you on next video. Bye.